The year before when he came fifth, 77 goals and 75 points. That was usually enough for fourth. This is and you have people telling you that was with a boy from Chile acting like the fool. You remember him, Sanchez? I mean, he was a good player, but he thought that he could do freelance all his way through the game. 77 goals and 75 points. I give him credit for that. What has Arteta done to suggest he's an unimaginative coach? He sets up his team to lower the risk of being scored on. Compare that to Leeds, George, and this is a long diatribe, but this is important. Leeds has scored 62 goals and with a championship team, we could only score 55. Don't you see something is wrong with our bright, new, young manager? Your thoughts, George?
Well, you know my opinion of Arteta and his football, but you have to give him credit for his belief in his system, even if it's shit, which it is.
It's called delusions, George.
At least he actually believes in it.
Mm.
He might be the only one. I'm not sure the players believe in it, but credit. He has character in as much as he believes in himself.
Oh, he's an ego. His ego is massive.
Yeah, it's huge. In fact, his ego is the worst thing at the club at the moment. Mm-hmm. His ego has cost us European football.
Exactly.
His ego stopped us playing Mesut Ozil. He wanted to prove that he was bigger than Mesut Ozil. He wanted Mesut Ozil to bend the knee to him and take the wedge cut. He refused to play him, and refusing to play him cost us European football. We would have been much better with Ozil playing. And we saw that from the moment we put in a number 10, Emile Smith-Rowe, when he came in.
Right.
And Arteta had denied that we needed a number 10.
Yes.
And we saw the improvement with Smith-Rowe, who's nowhere near. And I love the lad. I think he's going to be a big talent for us. But he's nowhere near the level of Mesut Ozil. Similarly, Odegaard came in. And then we started playing two fucking number 10s.
Exactly.
When he'd said we didn't need anybody like that.
Yes.
If we needed somebody like that, Ozil would be playing. Those were his words. If I thought we needed a player like Ozil, he would be playing. And then as soon as he can, he puts fucking two in. Mm-hmm. Because it was nothing to do with Ozil's play. It was to do with the fact that his ego was bigger than Mesut Ozil.
Bigger than his ego. No, George. No, correct.
He was more important to the club than Mesut Ozil.
Correct. George, I'm going to correct you. George, I'm going to correct you. His ego is bigger than the club's interests. Keep going, my friend.
Yeah, well, his ego is certainly bigger than his fucking talent, that's for sure. And anyway, we've been over that ground, and I'm fucking sick of going over it. Yeah. Because Messi's gone, we didn't get to see him, and we're fucking 7th out of Europe. We've got a squad that's far too big for a club that's no European football. We're fucked. We're fucked. The end of the world's coming. Yeah, I don't know.
George.
I'm fucked. My head's gone. I'm fucked. I'm so angry and depressed, and I'm taking it all out on Mikel Arteta because I blame him.
Well, George, he's entirely to blame. Who else is going to be? As you said, he took us to 15th in December. He did everything to get rid of Ozil, including getting his PR flacks who are still quoting him. If you want to know what Arteta is saying, go on Twitter and follow Chris Weasel. You'll hear everything in words he says. And LT Arsenal, these people repeat him. He is the second coming of Jesus Christ. But they refuse to acknowledge that he's taken us out. When will they acknowledge that he's taken us out of Europe? And because of what he did, like you just said.
Well, they won't acknowledge it. But the thing is, it's quite funny, really, because they say, we've turned it round from being 15th. Fuck's sake, you put us at 15th. Right. You did it. We didn't. The players didn't. You did it.
Yeah.
You've turned your own shit around to be worse than we should be, but better than we were. That's not fucking good. It's not an achievement to improve on the fucking 15th position that you put us in. It's a fucking nightmare.
Meanwhile,
it's like watching a fucking horror film, and I don't like horror films.
Well, George, meanwhile, Leeds come ninth with the championship team and score 62 goals. We can barely scratch 55 a whole season. 62 goals with a championship squad, with only Bamford as a striker. And you can see the improvement in Dallas. You can see the improvement in Alioski. You can see the fellow there that plays sort of right central midfielder. You can see the improvement in them every goddamn week. Tell me who you can see improving on Arsenal every week. You tell me, George. I need you to tell me. You're my expert. You're out of words.
Callum Chambers.
Yes, all right, back. Well, yeah, he's been up.
He's playing better than he was at fullback. He's improved him at fullback. He still shouldn't be playing. He's still nowhere near as good as Bellerin. But
he's gone, right, George?
That's another thing. Do you see that? There's all saying goodbye to David Luiz. And I love David Luiz. I thought he was great. I liked him as a player, and I really liked him as a lad. And I'm sad that he's gone. But they were having a farewell to David Luiz. Hector Bellerin's been with us for fucking, I don't know, 10 years or something.
He was
Stood
a kid
on the fucking sidelines.
Yes.
He's going to get pushed out the club. Mesut Ozil left. And what did Ozil get? He got a tweet from the fucking Arsenal account saying,
yes.
Thank you, Messi. Good luck. Fucking absolute fucking wankers. And you get fucking videos of David Luiz and having a party at Arsenal dressing room because he's leaving. And Ozil gets stuffed out the fucking door without neither a fucking goodwill wish or fuck all. It was disgraceful. And it's the same with fucking Hector Bellerin and the others who are going to get pushed out. And we've slipped so far from the club that we loved. It's not true.
And it's, George, it starts with the manager. I like to insist on the manager. I'm not going to spend more time on it. I wish I didn't have to spend. But it starts at the top. This is the first, when you work in an organization, it's football. The manager sets the tone. The manager is the one who represents the football club. We don't see the CEO and the execs. They are supposed to keep quiet and support the team. This is what football is all about, and it starts from the top. Anyway, I'm not going to, I've said enough about this man over and over. George, so they're going, I think it's nailed on that Hector Bellerin is going. And as you said, nobody seems to remember. He didn't even get a run on yesterday. I saw a proper goodbye for the fans to say thanks for your service. You notice that. Also, what's the future of Willock? Amen. I have great doubts about whether we need to keep homegrown player, but he hasn't done anything for Nelson. And I don't, and Ketia. What's going to happen to these lads?
Well, they're going to go, aren't they? If you can't get them in the team this year with European football, you're certainly not going to get them in the team next season with no European football. So they're not going to have any chance of playing at all. So we may as well sell them. Like you say, Nelson, Nketiah, probably Joe Willock.
He's got a fetch.
He's embarrassing us by fucking scoring more goals than our entire midfield has for the last 2 fucking years.
Yeah. And he's only
been there 6 months. It turns out all Joe Willock needed was a half-decent manager. In fact, a barely half-decent manager.
Right. Steve Bruce, yes.
To turn his career around.
Yes.
Arteta couldn't do it. So... There's my phone.
Get rid of that phone, George. Anyway.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
Wife's got it.
Let's keep going. Yes, 6 goals, 6 matches. What a return. And we were told that he couldn't even fit in our midfield. We had to get older.
Yeah, but to be fair, when his name used to come up on the team sheet, the fan base went fucking mad. Oh, fucking Willock, what's he playing for? And all of a sudden now, they're all crying, oh, we can't sell Willock. Well, you didn't want him 6 months ago. Arteta didn't want him 6 months ago. That's why he's playing at Newcastle and scoring goals.
Mm-hmm.
It's as simple as that. He's at Newcastle because we didn't fucking want him and we couldn't give him any playing time. So, who are you going to blame? You're going to blame Wenger or fucking Stan Kroenke for that one as well?
There you go.
You just want to blame the wrong people. It's Arteta.
Exactly.
It's staring us in the face. It's there.
Mm-hmm. What?
You can't develop players. Smith Rowe's only playing because we had so many injuries at the time. He had nobody else left to put in the team, and he played Smith Rowe. Otherwise, he wouldn't even have got a look in.
And Freddie,
it's not like he's had faith in him and developed him. He wasn't playing him. He wasn't getting near the team until there was nobody else that he could possibly fucking play. The only other person he could play was Mesut Ozil, and he was steadfastly refusing to play him, so Smith Rowe got a look in. He's not developed him. Bakary Sagna, he's played him all over the fucking pitch, and he's done a good job. He's improved.
Yes.
But at that age, with regular playing time, which he's getting, you're going to improve. It's very unlikely that a player with his talent won't improve at the age of 19. Of course he improved. He's not developed him. And even him, he's not been all that fucking good in this last few weeks.
Yes. There's some
suffered a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the...
Pepe. Let's look at Pepe. We've had a go at Pepe. Week in, week in. For 2 years, we've been moaning about the £73 million we've played for him.
Yes.
And it's far too much money. But you look at his numbers, and he's better than Wilfried Zaha, for instance.
Yes.
And who did he play? Willian. He played fucking Willian, who had to wait till the last game of the season that he got, the last kick of the last game of the season, to put in a free kick and score a goal.
Right, against
Chris. He persisted with him.
Right.
For months. Again, we would have been better with William. Smith Rowe should have been playing. Ozil should have been playing. Kolasinac shouldn't have been fucking let go so that we had no cover for Tierney at all.
Right.
But he had to go as well because he's Ozil's fucking mate.
Right.
What's his name?
Cedric Soares, yes.
To bring him in. He seemed to do okay. Then he's not played again. Well, why has he not played? Surely.
But I thought he was a utility. He was a utility.
Yeah, I thought he was supposed to be able to play left wing and
left and right.
Back,
yeah.
Left back and right back and left back. But clearly not. But he brought him in. So it's all just been so bitty and shitty and crappy. The only constant throughout the season is that Granit Xhaka has performed well in most games.
And George, the problem and the issue is I would say even more than half the fans don't even realize his quality. And that, by the way, George, I've concluded, you never let fan opinion guide your personal decisions in football. They don't know what they're talking about. They're telling you that Partey is the dog's bollocks and Granit should go. I see some guy posted, who's the definite keepers, who you could possibly sell and who are goners. And he had Partey as definite keepers, and he had Xhaka as possibly a player to sell. I was, you had a bigger, you laughed him out of court. And he probably has 5,000 people listening to him and following him. Most fans have no idea, George. I'm convinced of this.
Well, you saw it yesterday. Mm-hmm. All this talk about, is it Basuma?
Yes, I saw him playing a bit.
He was in midfield against Granit Xhaka. Mm-hmm. And Xhaka's 2 levels above him. He's not a bad player, by the way.
You're right.
The kid. Mm-hmm. Not a bad player at all. But Xhaka's absolutely 2 levels above him. Granit Xhaka ran the game yesterday. He was